All right.
Carry on.
We are broadcasting live, and here goes your. Give me a few minutes. Piano cues. And go.
And good evening. Welcome to the Dope Show. DOPE stands for Developing Opportunities for Personal Empowerment, and every Monday evening we do that by talking about the cannabis industry, the cannabis plant, and everything related to cannabis for health, wellness, and prosperity. So you may notice that things look a little bit different for the Dope Show this week. I've actually joined forces with the Hue platform, and I'm coming to you live from the Hue Studios. So please be sure to like and share this video with everyone so that they can know that the Dope Show is on. So we have a really exciting show for you today. I want to tell you a little bit about Hue platform in general. Hue is a media platform that is dedicated to delivering original and informative content related to the cannabis industry. Hue brings personal stories, business insights, how-tos, whatnots, and much more. The professional staff here at Hue, they are very cannabis conscious producers, and they strive to enhance the public's understanding and general acceptance of cannabis. So I'm very excited to be here today. We have a great show in store for you. We actually are going to start off with a sponsor called Prime My Body. We have an independent affiliate from that company who is going to come and talk to us today. And I'm also super excited to have a great discussion with Mr. Jesce Horton. He is a chairman of the Multicultural Cannabis Business Association. Thank you. Of the Multicultural Cannabis Business Association, as well as he is a grower and a cultivator and a dispensary owner in Portland, Oregon. So he's really a mover and a shaker in the cannabis industry. He's been a big inspiration for me, and I'll talk to you a little bit about that later. Also, if you haven't already, please like and share the Dope Show. We have a new Dope Show Facebook page. So far, we've gotten over 200 likes just this week, so I really appreciate that. We are going to be doing all of our streaming through the Dope Show's Facebook page instead of my personal page, so please be sure to share that with your friends. It's so important that we get this information out there. And also share the Two Dope Chicks Facebook page. That is where I share a lot of information, educational things, also job opportunities, everything related to the industry outside of just the Dope Show. We're going to share that on the Two Dope Chicks Facebook page. Speaking of which, I have shared an event on that page that is related to a workshop that I'll be giving in September and October. I'll be presenting the Illinois Medical Cannabis Workshop, where I will be discussing not only the health and wellness benefits of cannabis and the history of the plant and all of that, but also giving step-by-step instructions on how to complete the application. There are a lot of people out there, a lot of organizations out there that charge lots of money to do that, and so for a very low fee, you can come to this workshop where you'll be able to learn how to do those things for yourself. And we also will have some CBD products on hand for sale, as well as people there to answer your questions and really just kind of dig into the Illinois Medical Cannabis Program. I'm also going to talk about the legal ramifications for both patients and caregivers. A lot of times people want to know what can they get in trouble for, what is okay, what isn't. So it's really important that we have these kinds of workshops and that these things are presented, because people need this information and we really want to get the word out there. So that's going to be at Insight Awareness, and that's in Homewood, Illinois at I believe it's 18101 Martin Avenue. I'll have to check that address to make sure and definitely give that to you by the end of the show. But if you go to the Two Dope Chicks Facebook page, you'll see that event there. And there are 4 workshops. There's 2 in September and there's 2 in October as well. So lots of chances. Tickets right now are on sale. Buy one, get one half off. So this is a perfect opportunity for you to be able to share this information with your friends, your families, and your loved ones, and really just to get the word out there. Also, if you have anything specific that you would like to see on The Dope Show, please let us know about that on the Dope Show Facebook page. I really want to engage and connect with you all through that page and make sure that we're giving you content that you can appreciate, talking about the things that you want to know about. And then finally, something else that's very near and dear to my heart. I am a member of the advisory board for the Chicago chapter of Normal. So big ups to everyone who is on the executive board. We've been working really hard to really get this chapter started. And I am going to be at the Oak Park. I'll be talking specifically to, or asking questions of, I should say, Representative Danny Davis. Let me just pull up that information for you too. We'll be talking to him. We're going to be asking him some specific questions as they relate to cannabis. Edie, can you pull that up for me if you get a chance?
Yes.
And I want to give you that address, but here's the funny thing about that. So that's going to be at 7 o'clock in the morning, and it's really interesting. I thought that you would have this type of a forum for people to come and address the candidates and ask them questions, but you're going to have it at 7 o'clock in the morning. So, I'm not really the biggest morning person, but I am going to be that day. I'm going to get up, I'm going to set my alarm, get up and take care of things and get out there to Oak Park, because we really need to start being much more proactive and really start holding these politicians, holding their feet to the fire about what is going on in the cannabis industry and with legalization here in Illinois. And we need to know exactly where do these people stand and what are they going to do. So if you ask some very specific questions, and we're asking them, what do you think about this? Where do you stand on legalization? What are you going to do to make sure people feel comfortable, people feel safe, people are taken care of? And that these are the kinds of things that we need to know. We've already been bamboozled a number of times, so we want to be smarter. We want to work smarter and not harder this time around. Thank you, ma'am. Mm-hmm. And that is going to be Representative Danny Davis's town hall meeting. And that's going to be at the Oak Park Village Hall, 123 Madison Street, and that's in Oak Park, Illinois, 60302. So I will be there representing Chicago Normal. I hope to see you there as well. Look for me. I've got the bright red hair. I won't wear a hat or a hood or anything, so I'll make sure you can see me, and just come up and say hi if you're there. Maybe we can go out and get some breakfast afterwards or something, because it's super early for a town hall meeting. So we're going to take a quick break, do a couple things to transition here before we come back with our sponsor. Let me see, I do have a couple of, one in particular, what's dope this week.
Why are we taking a break?
I don't know. My bad, Evie.
That's all right.
That's okay. I'm talking to my producer. I feel like Mary Jane Paul, y'all. Can I just be honest?
Take some music,
right.
Put some music on.
I am Mary Jane. I have my own producer, my very own Kara. She's here off screen here, but she is helping me and she is running the show here. So we're not going to take a break. What we're going to do is we are going to talk about this article that I was reading in the Motley Fool. And so according to motleyfool.com, a record number of Americans have tried cannabis, according to this newest study. So apparently Gallup polls, which we're all very familiar with, they have been sporadically asking Americans if they've tried cannabis over the past 48 years. So back in 1969, only 4% of the respondents claimed that they tried the drug. I have a hard time saying that. And then by 1999, only a few years after California became legal, about a third of respondents, so about 34% of the people, said that they had tried it before. However, between the 80s and 2010, it stayed the same, but in their 2017 survey, it says that 45% of Americans have now tried cannabis, and this is at an all-time high. So I just think that is hilarious. Yeah, we can cheer for that. I think
They were smoking the whole time.
Yeah, they were. And that's the thing, I think that's the biggest thing, is that people are just more comfortable actually coming out and saying that they do it. So a couple of reasons that they gave for, why more people are experimenting more than ever before. They said that they are looking at a couple different things, and not the least of which are the legalization efforts and things of that nature. So actually, I think we have our sponsor on the line now. We're going to go ahead and switch to Miss Katie Gray. Katie, can you hear me?
I can hear you, Kiana. Hi.
Hi, how are you, Katie?
I'm good.
Good. Sorry, we had a little bit of a rough transition there, but I want to just take a quick moment to just introduce you and introduce your company. So Katie Gray is an independent affiliate with Prime My Body, and Prime My Body is a new company that just launched this summer. They have a focus on natural supplements and plant-based products, and they offer one of the highest quality hemp oils. So I'm very happy to have Katie on the phone with me today. Thank you for calling in to the Dope Show, Katie, and welcome.
Thank you so much, Kiana. Thank you. It's an honor, and I'm very happy to support you. I know that you're helping a lot of people learn and educate themselves on this incredible world of plant magic. I'd love to share just a minute about what this company and this product mean to me. From my perspective, I feel like we're living in a very intense time on the planet. I feel like we're looking at things are being brought up as a culture and a society that really need our attention. I feel like we're waking up, and I believe it's up to us to decide where we want to resonate and how we want to evolve and step into a better existence together. And I believe that the well-being of our bodies is directly associated with the well-being of our mindset and our personal relationships and our connection to the planet. I think when we are in survival mode and we're in a constant state of fight or flight, we're unable to be present and conscious and realistic. And I think that plants and natural supplements can help offer an alternative and direct our focus and relax our nerves and return us to a calm, present, emotional place.
So, Katie,
I really, yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry to interrupt you. I was just going to say, so tell us, how can Prime My Body, how can that help us kind of get us into that relaxed and calm state? I'm really interested to know, especially the name Prime My Body.
Yeah, why'd you call it that?
Yeah.
Well, Prime My Body, I think it's, the company was started by two gentlemen, and for them, they were living in Hawaii. They were very involved in health and well-being, and they got very into plant-based products and supplements. And when they started creating these products, they also connected forces with Paul Rogers, he's an incredible businessman, and he became the CEO of the company. And together, they kind of formed this group of people that were very set on the well-being, the health and well-being of the body, going natural route, using natural supplements, and bringing people to a better state physically, Prime My Body, the health and well-being of the body. And when they offered the phytocannabinoid dial oil through hemp, when the laws changed in 2014, and it was they were able to legally offer the oil. They offered this hemp oil. It's completely from hemp, so it's phytocannabinoid oil, 100% from hemp. So it's legal, and it's in all 50 states, and it's suitable to give to anyone. There's very, very, very low THC, like 0.0025% THC, I think. I could be wrong. I think 0.005. Regardless, it's
So very low
oil is
THC.
very little. Yeah, and so someone of any age, an elder, a child, anyone can take the oil. And because it is coming from hemp, it's legal in all 50 states, so everyone has access to it. That to me is revolutionary.
So what did you say the active ingredient was? You said it was, I'm sorry, what was you said phyto, give me that terminology again.
Phytocannabinoid diol.
Okay, phytocannabinoid diol, which is a little different from CBD, a little different from cannabidiol, just so that we can kind of differentiate that. And so what forms does it come in, or what do you, how do you take it? How do you use it?
It comes in an oil form. It's because the oil is they use nanotechnology, and it's broken down. The molecular structure is so small that it's nano enhanced. So it actually it's an ingestible oil that you put a couple squirts in your mouth, and it absorbs directly into the body within minutes. It does not have to go through the GI tract. The body doesn't have to break down the oil. It just goes directly into the bloodstream within minutes, and you feel the effects immediately.
Okay, and so do you currently offer this through dispensaries, or how do people get the PMB oil?
Yeah, it's actually through affiliate marketing. So to have access to the oil, you would just need to have a connection to an affiliate. And so I'm an independent affiliate for the company. And so I offer, people can either go to my webpage with the company and purchase the oil, or they can contact me individually at my email address. And, a lot of times there's questions and people want to know a little bit more before purchasing. And it's also, because it is affiliate marketing, it's also an opportunity. If someone got really inspired and they wanted to join the team, they could sign up as an affiliate with myself. And it's an incredible company. We have an incredible team of mostly women that are amazing and powerful and driven and kind and together united on a vision to see the world be a better place, and to also empower women financially. That's another vision that our team shares.
And where are you located?
I'm sorry, say that again?
Where are you located?
I'm actually located in Washington State, outside of Seattle.
Okay. And so are you able to get affiliates from all over, from different states, or should they be kind of local to where you are?
I have affiliates from all over the country. Absolutely anyone can become an affiliate. And in fact, my genuine intention is to start building a team in areas where the laws are different. In Washington State, it's legalized. In Colorado, it's legalized. I think for people, I spoke with a friend in Michigan, and she said, it's legal to have phytocannabinoid. Like, I can have that. I'm in Michigan. and that's fine. And I said, yeah, it's fine for everybody. You could give it to your kids. You could give it to your mother. You could give it to anyone. And I feel like, to build a team, to start finding people that want to work with this company and work with our team in the Midwest, in the South, and on the East Coast. We're West Coast, my particular team, and we've got, so far the company is sprouting up all over the country. It's based in Texas, but we've got affiliates all over the country, and we'd love to get a really good group of like-minded individuals that see the power and the potential with this, and also want to drive a business and see the potential of where this will go eventually. The company's skyrocketing. It's an incredible opportunity.
So tell me this, if someone did not want to become an affiliate, but if they just wanted to try the Prime My Body oil, how would they go about getting that?
what they would do, they have two ways of doing that. They could either contact me via email and I could ship them a bottle, or they could go to the page and they could just order a bottle via my page, my affiliate page on the company site. They could go there and purchase, or if they contacted me, like we do have small bottles. We have the big bottles, which are 1.74 ounces, or we have the small bottles, and I'm forgetting how, they're just a little taster sample size on them. And if they wanted to get a smaller bottle, they could just contact me directly and I could ship them the smaller bottle. You can't buy the smaller bottle from my page with the company site, but I could ship someone a small bottle.
Okay, and Katie, here's the $1 million question. Can you tell me I need to know just the range for the actual oil, as far as price? What are the price points there?
Yep, our price point, I know it seems more expensive than most oils, and it is. It's $150 retail per bottle. And the reason that it is that price is because of nanotechnology, because it is bioavailable. It's basically, Kiana, 95 to 99% bioavailable, whereas most oils are around 15 to 20% bioavailable. So that means traditionally when you use an oil, you would take a squirt of the oil, etc., however you take it into your body, and your body's only, because it has to go through the GI tract, it's only able to break down and absorb 15 to 20%. But with this oil, your body's using almost all of the oil that it puts into its mouth, 95 to 99% bioavailable, meaning that you're absorbing that oil into your body, and a little bit goes a very long way. And one bottle could last someone 1 to 2 months, depending on how many squirts they were taking. If they were using 4 pumps a day, then it would last them around a month. But if they were using 2 pumps a day, 2 squirts, that would last them nearly 2 months, a month and a half to 2 months. So it's, when you add up what someone might be spending on a coffee at Starbucks, there's that caffeine is helping getting them through the day, and they're throwing a few dollars to enhance their life in little ways. To me, the hemp is grown in organic soil. It's completely natural ingredients. To me, it changes your entire life. It changes your perspective of life and it's helping the body. There's countless ways that it's helping the body. When we think of how we rationalize how we're spending our money, to me, I think it's an absolutely wise investment for the betterment of, your body and your life.
So, okay, well, thank you for that, Katie. How can my audience reach out to you if they are interested in knowing more about Prime My Body?
Yeah, the best way to reach out to me would be, if someone has any questions, they can reach out to me via email. And my email is thehempfuture, THEHEMP, future, @gmail.com. So they can write thehempfuture@gmail, and they can contact me, ask questions. I can give them any answers that they're seeking. Or they can go ahead and go to my affiliate page on the site, which is www.katiegray.primemybody.com, KATIEGRAY.primemybody, PRIMEMYBODY.com. And that's where they can learn a lot more by going to the page. If they go up to the supplements and choose hemp oil, they'll get a lot of answers by going in. The site has a lot of information, and I can answer any questions as well. I'm available anytime, and they can contact me by email, and then we can set up a time to chat on the phone or connect.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Katie. I really appreciate you calling in today and letting us know all about Prime My Body. Thank you for doing that. And if anyone has any questions or would like to know more about Prime My Body, please feel free to reach out to Katie. I've just shared the website as well as Katie's email address in the comments section of this video. So please feel free to reach out to her with any questions, or if you would like to try Prime My Body hemp oil. So thanks a lot, Katie. It was great talking to you today, and really good luck to you in your business. It sounds like a really exciting thing that you guys have going on.
Yeah, for sure. Karen, thank you so much. You guys are amazing, and I completely honor what you're doing to help change the world and step into your power and offer so much truth to people. I think you guys are just amazing, and I'm so honored to any association to be sponsoring your episode is an honor.
Yes, thank you so much for sponsoring. I appreciate that. Godspeed to you, Katie. You take care now.
Yeah, you too.
All right.
Thanks, Kiana.
Bye-bye. Okay.
She was nice.
She was really nice. That was good. So again, if you want to learn more about Prime My Body, please reach out to Katie. We have her information here. I've also put it on the Dope Show Facebook page if you want to know more about that. Just to give a quick disclaimer, the Dope Show, Prime My Body was was a sponsor of the Dope Show. The Dope Show, nor myself, nor Hugh Studios, neither of us endorses that product, but we certainly are happy to have her on to tell us more about it and give us more information. So that was awesome. We're going to switch gears a little bit now. I am actually going to go ahead and reach out to Mr. Jesce Horton.
Yeah.
And if you don't know who Jesce Horton is, you need to look him up and you need to find out. It's JESCE HORTON, not like our own beloved Jesse Jackson here, spelled a little bit different there. But he is definitely someone you should know. I'm very happy to be talking to him and to have him on the show today. So we're going to go ahead and give him a call and just kind of get right into the conversation. If you don't know who he is the founder. Oh, there you are. Hi, Jesse. Can you see me? No, you can't. Now you can.
Hey, yeah, I'm here.
Now we can't see him. Oh, there we go.
He is.
Okay.
Got it? Cool.
Yep, I got you.
Got it.
Good. Thank you so much for agreeing to come on the Dope Show. I didn't really get a chance to tell you this before, but I do want to kind of share a little bit of the story for why it was important for me to have you on the show with me today, or just on the show, period. So I don't know if you remember this, but back in February, we met in Denver at that MCBA mixer, at the bar or something.
On the
Remember?
bus.
And there was like a bus in the back. So we met at a mixer there, and I sat down and I talked to you for a little bit, and you were saying how, you know, it's up to all of us to kind of be activists and to get the word out and to just use our talents. And I was like, yeah, but I'm not an activist. You're an activist. And you're like, no, you're an activist too. So even just us having that conversation, for me, that was actually inspirational because I had never thought of myself in that way. And that really kind of got the wheels turning for me to say, hey, what can I do? You know, what can I do with what I have? How can I use whatever platform I can get my hands on to kind of get the word out and to educate people? So, you know, on behalf of myself and the Dope Show, I really will say, you know, I probably wouldn't be doing this right now had it not been for that conversation that I had with you. So thank you for that.
Wow, that means a lot. You have an amazing show from what I've seen. You reach a good amount of people, so it's good to know I was able to have some type of impact on that. It's great.
Yeah, well, you know, we're definitely working on it there. Give me 1 second, actually. I want to make sure we can't hear him.
I can hear him.
You can?
I can hear him.
Okay.
better?
You know what?
Can you
You
hear
were
me?
supposed to put.
No, it's
That
just
in
a
there.
quick technical thing. Give me one. Yes, so I just want to make sure you get through the big mic. Now, can
Yeah.
you speak again so we can hear you?
I can't hear you now very well. You're kind of going in and out.
Think.
Can you hear me now?
Oops.
Okay, was it better the other way?
Yeah, because you're talking to him through that.
Yeah, that's not hot. Okay. I just take it out.
No, go ahead. Hey, Jesse, this is Edie. I was on that bus too. I'm an activist too.
Can you hear?
Oh, he's leaving.
Yeah,
Don't
I
go,
can hear you.
Jesse.
Yep, sorry.
Okay,
There
so
he is.
it's good. We good.
Yeah, we're good.
Okay. Yeah.
Good. So, thank you for taking the time to come on. You've been kind of in the news, doing a lot of stuff. I know you're working on the clouds thing and all of that. So, I just wanted to introduce my audience to you, and let them know what you're up to. So, can we just kind of start off with, let's talk a little bit about the MCBA and what that organization is and kind of how it came to be.
Sure. So the Minority Cannabis Business Association, MCBA, came about in about 2015, toward the end of 2015. We started to get the idea for the organization. The idea, I guess, the purpose was because I was having success in the cannabis industry through opening up a dispensary as well as a cultivation center. And I was also starting to get a lot more involved around the country and learning more about the different conferences and meeting a lot of different people and really understanding the industry, not just within my area, but also what was happening everywhere. And I combined that with finding my passion with cannabis, along with finding a group of amazing people, and then thinking a lot about my history of being arrested, of dealing with being in jail, losing job opportunities, losing scholarships, thinking that I'll have a hopeless future because of my cannabis record, and also my dad spending about 7 years in prison. We started really understanding the big dynamic that was there and how cannabis prohibition essentially targeted, communities of color and what that really did to communities, not just losing a job, there's a number of different things, all the way down to self-esteem issues there. So we had to find a way to ensure that our people of color, had a way to benefit from the cannabis industry in a number of different ways that the industry can provide.
So now I love that you said that, and I'll say part of the reason also why I started the Dope Show, we kind of have a similar background in that way, in having had parents who had been affected or incarcerated because of the war on drugs, and having I was listening to some of your story and some of the other outlets, and you were talking about how you had lost jobs because you had failed drug tests and things of that nature. So definitely things that I could relate to. And when we started the Dope Show, it was I really just wanted to make sure that I had a platform to educate people of color about the cannabis industry, and also to expose them to other people of color who are in the cannabis industry. But I got a lot of pushback when I, talked about the people of color part. So have you gotten any pushback from non-minorities regarding the minority focus of, the organization?
Yeah, but I would say very, very little, surprising.
Okay.
More so than I would say in any other industry or walk of life that I've been involved with. When you have a focus on people of color, I think that's natural. They're like, hey, why are you doing that? Why is it just people of color? Am I included? But I think because our stance has always been that these issues are important to the growth of the cannabis industry as a whole. These issues are important for the sustainability of everyone's business and for the direction and innovation of our industry. And then you easily point to them the studies, the statistics on how it has targeted communities of color, and most people, the vast majority of the people that I've met, have been right behind us, no matter what background they're in, no matter what race, no matter what even socioeconomic background. I think they understand these issues. So it's actually been surprisingly easy to get a strong bit of momentum and get people behind these issues.
That's awesome. What I have been kind of keeping up, recently I did see some things in the I guess the cannabis news and in the social media about MCBA pulling out of the Cannabis World Convention and Business Expo. Can you talk to us a little bit about that and the whole Roger Stone thing? If you could just shed a little bit of light on it for us.
Yeah, sure. So for those who don't know about Roger Stone, it's not somebody that everyone knows about.
No.
I think it hasn't gotten nearly as much attention.
Mm-hmm.
People knew, hey, Roger Stone isn't a great guy. I kind of heard about that, but you don't know a lot of his history. And I think once we were able to kind of get with a number of other people, a number of other groups, and let it know how we felt about it, it got as much attention as it did, in news recently. So Roger Stone, of course, a lot of people don't know, he is one person that helped to get Richard Nixon elected, who ultimately started the war on drugs. Which was around the time that my father went to prison 7 years ago. Even since then, he's been involved in a lot of, nasty political rhetoric, a lot of racial rhetoric, referring to a number of people as stupid Negroes, as even as, to Al Sharpton, who's actually speaking right now as an intelligent Negro that likes fried chicken. He is referred to people as niggas and stuff to as a nigga. So it's a guy who really doesn't, I think, respect a lot of the history and a lot of what this community brings to the industry, and doesn't represent what we believe is a better industry. And when you also look at his stance in the cannabis industry, the stance of CWCBC was that, hey, he has the ear to to President Trump, he has the ear to Jeff Sessions, and that matters. That's great for the cannabis industry. It means a lot. However, if you look at the history of what he's been advocating for in the cannabis industry, you can look down to Florida. And that's where he got his start in the cannabis industry and announced his organization. And along with John Morgan, who has recently started or joined his board for the cannabis industry. So now John Morgan, who was really kind of birthed the cannabis industry in Florida from a financial standpoint, and Roger Stone have joined forces. And looking at what happened down in Florida, that is one of the most restrictive industries. That is not good for the industry, it's not good for the patients, it's not good for consumers, it's not good for people who are trying to find an entrepreneurial opportunity in the cannabis industry. Saying that you can only have people who have been a nursery in the state for 30 years consecutively.
Oh, wow.
Before they can even apply for a license. Not that, you'll get favor. You can't even apply unless you had a 30-year consecutive nursery in this state. And
just as any kind of nursery? Just any?
Yeah, no, it has to be a nursery, but it has to be up to, I think, a certain number of plants.
Yeah.
So it has to be a large nursery that have been operating for 30 consecutive years. And I wonder how many business owners of color had those nurseries. I wonder how many small businesses had those nurseries, right?
Sure.
So those kinds of things are not what we want him speaking into the ear of Trump or Jeff Sessions. So that's not a good thing. We have to be careful about the type of compromises that we make for progress in the industry. It's about having a better industry, not just another industry, which I think a lot of people are too willing to go along with.
I love how you said that it's about having a better industry and not just another industry, because, I think that's really how some people look at it. They just look at it as, hey, this is another way, that we're going to get rich. I'm going to make some money. I can get in this and make the money. And there's people that have been, fighting this fight and doing this work and really, a part of this culture for a long time before it was socially acceptable, right? So it's really insulting to have people just kind of come in and try to, poach the money out, just come in and try to get the money real quick. They don't believe in any of the things that we believe in. They don't stand for any of the stuff that we stand for. So, but I will say I've been educated and enlightened so much, throughout this whole controversy, because I didn't know who Roger Stone was, and I didn't know, what he stood for or why he would have been controversial. I wasn't even going to that conference anyway, but now I'm like, oh, well, now I see him.
Right.
So I didn't take any big stand I ain't going if he's going to be there, because I wasn't going. But it is very important, and you guys brought up a lot of points, and I saw, a lot of people that kind of disagree or feel like you should just kind of go along to get along, and that, I'm really proud of the MCBA, CCA, all those different organizations that stood up and said, yeah, no, we're not doing that. I was really just proud of the movement at that point. So, thank you for taking that stand and really kind of putting yourself on the line in that way as well.
Of course, no, but thank you for recognizing. There was a lot of other people who got behind that, a lot of other organizations. It was definitely a movement. I think maybe I got the most shine on that because of the executive of CWC kind of taking a shot directly at MCBA and me with his response to us dropping out, which was very much in line with kind of the political climate right now, the lashing out. How dare you not be a part of what we're doing? I'm going to show how dumb people are. Is something that makes sense, and that was always our worry. Is CWC, BC, or CBE, whatever not to discredit them.
No.
I don't know. There's so many conferences, right?
Right.
But are they doing this because they believe that Roger Stone is a person who should be propped up in our industry and someone who should be seen as a leader? Or are they just doing it because they want the controversy behind it? And I think when that executive came out and kind of had a very much of a lashing out type of tone as a Roger Stone, came at us, very similar fashion, it kind of warranted, I think, or it made us, believe that our stance was warranted because it seems like that's exactly what they stand for.
Absolutely. It definitely brought some things to the light that made you say, wow, well, if you really feel that way,
Right.
I want to switch gears just a little bit. You spoke a little bit about your father's early legal troubles. So I'm just kind of curious, what was his response when you told him that you were going to be entering into the industry? And what kind of advice did he give you about that?
Sorry if I'm rubbing my shoulder here. I got a little shoulder pain.
Oh,
Cannabis
you need some CBD or something.
I think I might have left it at home. It was interesting. My dad was really against cannabis. He used to drug test me when I got home from school. Even though I knew he was a consumer, he went to prison because of it, and that he wasn't against the idea of cannabis, but he was more so worried about the legal issues and how it could hurt me, and it did definitely affect me. So whenever I did decide to get into the industry, I think it's interesting. He wasn't as against it as I thought he was going to be. I think that my dad, as being someone who kind of operated traditionally after he got out of prison for 30 years within a job, really understood the benefit of that, but at the same time understood the detriment of just falling in line and kind of going along with it and really not taking that chance. And I think he could have easily taken it and probably gotten further than I probably, can possibly get. So I think he recognized that, and he was eager for me to, go about something with some passion, because I definitely wasn't passionate about what I was doing before. My mom, on the other hand, was, she was a little bit more against it.
Okay. Did he give you any advice, or, he was just kind of like, do your thing, son?
No, I mean, I think the main advice he'd always been giving me, is that the eyes are always going to be on you.
The talk.
You have to the talk that most, black males get from their father, who are lucky enough, or their mother, or their grandmother, whoever it is. The eyes are always going to be on you. They're going to look to you first. You're going to have issues if you do anything wrong. So just be aware of that, and kind of tread lightly, I think, is the main thing.
So, in that same vein, it's kind of like your father was able to take his situation and turn it around into a good thing. I heard you speak on that before, saying that he started off as a janitor and you guys kind of moved around a little bit, and and then he was like a VP or some really high executive position by the time it was all said and done. So I really feel like he really kind of set you up with a good legacy there, right? With a legacy of resilience and stick to it kind of attitude. I also know that you got a little baby, that you have a little son. So I just want to know, what kind of a legacy do you want to leave for your son and for your future children?
Wow, that's a beautiful question. I think about that a lot lately, and kind of like what my dad did for me. And I think what is all our responsibilities as black males who have children, or black females, whatever, as black families, is kind of like, the way I look at it is unlocking levels, I feel like my dad, because of the things that he went through, I repeated a few of those mistakes, but because he had that corporate background, because he knew how to navigate in those areas, because I moved around a lot as a kid and learned from different experiences and how to adapt, essentially, how to make the most of my situation regardless of where I was from. He unlocked that level for me. So to me, that was very easy, like getting into corporate was super easy for me because I saw my dad who unlocked that level. I think for me, I'm realizing levels that I can unlock for my son, right? Like the levels of entrepreneurship, right? Taking that chance, right? Betting on yourself. How do you really get financing? How do you get, how do you put together this business plan? How do you work with other entities and develop? How do you help other people behind you to do those things as well? I think those are the levels that I hope to unlock for my son, and hopefully he can do more.
Good. That I like that. Unlocking the levels, giving them the cheat codes, right? The up, down, down. You know.
Start off at level 7. You know?
Yeah.
Start off at level 12, right?
Exactly. I love that. So what are you currently working on, Jesse? I know you got your hands on a lot of pots. You are like, I see that picture of you all over the place, of you in there with the plants and you walking through there with the plants. So what have you got going on these days?
Yeah, I got some, I'm working on my dream project right now in the cannabis industry. Just something that I think a lot of us entrepreneurs in the cannabis industry are trying to find stable ground. Like we're trying to find that footing, right? You start off in the basement, now you got to get a warehouse, and you're compromised on that warehouse by getting a 2-year lease that was paying too much, so now you got to find something better because that can't last in the future. Or you don't have a dispensary, and now you got to figure out how to get that dispensary, how to set up these distribution paths so that when you do produce, you can get that out there. So that's been a constant, I think, goal of mine for the last 3 years, is constantly hitting this level, hitting that level, trying to find stability. And I think I found it with my new project where I have, I'm in a small location here. I'm at this new office that we just moved into and are in the process of building out. We have a small location, but about 2.5 miles down the road, I'm working on a large facility, and we're groundbreaking next week, or matter of fact, this Saturday, called Saints Cloud. This is Saints Cannabis. Saints Cloud is like a conglomeration of a number of different businesses, all making up every different license in the cannabis industry, all conveniently located within the airport of downtown. So we think it's kind of the hybrid model between the winery and the industrial brewery, right? You got nature and you got the city all down there in one area. So I'm really, really excited about building that out and just kind of leaving our dent. We have an amazing group of people here. Dave is my head grower, my COO, my cousin, some of my family members, and my best friends who are working on this project with me. So I think this is our dream, and we're pushing pretty hard on it. So I'm excited.
So it kind of makes that quote unquote dream job that you lost before not really seem like that big of a deal, right?
Man, I had no idea. I was searching. I think everybody out there is searching for, what do they want to be passionate about? What do they care about? All I know is when you find that passion and you find something to care about and something that really you find your purpose in, you can be a better you like 10 times than you could have been before. So if you look at where you are now, the amount of success you have, whatever it may be, when you find that passion in that lane, and you put everything you can into it, the sky it's just the limit. It's unbelievable.
So how can my audience support you, find out more about the the Minority Cannabis Business Association. Sorry, I get all my letters mixed up.
No, I understand. No need. Please check us out. Our Instagram page is probably the one that we use the most. The website stays pretty updated. www.minoritycannabis.org.
Okay.
Our Instagram is @minoritycannabis. You can find me at Jesce Horton, JESCE. We have a great group of board members, a great group of team. We have a great program director who's sitting here in the office ready to kind of plug away on some more things that we're working on here. Please reach out to any one of us, and we'll be happy to work with you. But please be a member. We need more members. We need more people to be a part of this movement with us.
And you have individual memberships and business memberships?
Exactly. So some people out there are saying, hey, I'm trying to find my way into the cannabis industry. I don't have a business yet. That's the majority of our people, right? That's what we saw from our website. Those are the people who really want to reach out to us. So we have individual memberships that are all targeted at how do we give you more resources? How do we get more education? We have webinars every month. We have financial templates, 1-minute mentor series from a number of different prominent people in the industry. So that's really mainly about education. and about how do I network better, how do I, grow my business really fast, or how do I find my way in the industry. And the company members, right, the idea is that we as a cannabis industry, every single piece of the industry, every color, every creed, no matter what, if you benefit from the cannabis industry, you benefit by the growth of this organization, period, point blank. If you look at the history, you look at the demographics, you look at the illegal market, you look at how we need to transition that over so that we can serve them better, and also so that we can grow this industry in a sustainable way. These industries, these things matter to you. So these companies that have come along with us, the Marley Natural, the MJ Freeways, the smaller companies, like mine, smaller companies like Budding Solutions, which is our VP, Shanita Penny, who has a consulting industry, who has a consulting company, and Shanita.
I know Shanita, yeah.
So all these companies come together no matter where you are and say, hey, we care about this, we want to give back, but also we understand that this matters to this consumer base as well. We know that people care about a few issues right now in this cannabis industry, and it's important to be at the forefront of this one. So we have a lot of companies that want to use their success and their prosperity in order to further these issues. We're growing that also by the day.
Well, you know what? I'm going to make sure that I, for myself, get my MCBA membership. I remember when you were first kind of doing this towards the beginning of last year and kind of looking into it at that time, but definitely want to make sure we support here at the Dope Show, and just to support those efforts. And if there's anything that we can do for you here in Chicago, if you need a Midwest presence, we can be that for you. So just let us know how we can support what we can do for you as well. So thank you for coming on the show.
Yeah, we'll be reaching out to you about that very soon. Thank you very much. Thanks for everybody who's listening. This is a very, very important part of our culture. We didn't get a piece of the athletics industry. We didn't get a piece of the entertainment industry. We didn't get a piece of the music industry. We didn't get a piece of the hair care industry. This is one industry that we're directly tied to, that can't be separated, that we need to get into more. We need to find some way to benefit, even if that is from a medicinal patient standpoint. We need to benefit from the growth of this industry.
And see, this is what happened on the bus, and this is how I came back to Chicago and said, I'm going to start a show. So thank you for bringing...
Well, we need you as a member, please.
Absolutely. I'm on it. Absolutely. Right there. Thank you for coming on. Thank you for being inspirational and doing what you do, and for fighting the good fight. I really appreciate it. And we'll see you sometime soon.
All right. Thank y'all so much.
All right. You take care, Jessie.
Yeah, Jessie.
Bye-bye. All right, ladies and gentlemen, and that is it for the Dope Show. Thank you for joining us again at the Hughes Studios.
Wait a minute.
Well, thank you to my awesome producer, Ms. Moore, Ms. Edie, if you nasty. No, just kidding. What? Thank you from the Hughes Studios. This is the Dope Show, developing opportunities for personal empowerment in the cannabis space. We'll see you next Monday. Thanks and take care.